Peace Wellness family. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, guys, we'll dive into why building muscle is absolutely essential, especially for women before entering the perimenopause, menopause, postmenopausal stage. Allow us to dive right into the information. In this information, guys, we're going to deal directly with this issue and deal with the research that's behind it. It says that research shows that menopausal transition, perimenopausal through the postmenopausal, is associated with accelerated loss of skeletal muscle mass and strength in women. I'm sure many of you already understand that. Largely due to the decline in estrogen levels, though other factors like rise in follic stimulating hormone FSH may play a role. This often leads to higher risk of sarcopenia, clinically low muscle mass and function. In postmenopausal women compared to premenopausal and early perimenopausal stages. Studies consistently indicate that women entering menopause or during the transition with higher adequate muscle mass, greater impendicular, I may be pronouncing that wrong, lean mass, ALM, or lean body mass, LBM, tend to fare better than those with lower inadequate levels. Here's a summary of the key findings from the relevant studies. All right. Allow us to dive into exactly what's going on with this. All right. Let me get to the page so I can move this up and down for you. Hopefully, you'll be able to see it. All right. Hopefully, you'll still be able to see me as well. Let me check. Yeah, you can. All right. Let's get right back to it. Here we go. So let's dive into it real quick and we'll get you in and out of here. This is extremely important, guys. You want to make sure you understand the best way to allow yourself to prepare for those stages if you're not into them yet. And if you are into them, how to mitigate the loss of muscle, which will in turn mitigate a lot of the symptoms that you're dealing with. All right. Women with the higher lean body mass during the menopausal transition are less likely to experience or develop vasomotor symptoms, hot flashes. Longitudinal data from the study of women's health across the nation, SWAN, showed that higher LBM, lean body mass, was negatively associated with incidents vasomotor symptoms, suggesting that the maintaining of adequate muscle mass may be protective against symptoms severity. It says that low muscle mass index is linked to more severe menopause related symptoms via the Cooperman menopausal index. A 2025 study in perimenopausal and postmenopausal women found a negative correlation between MMI and symptom scores. MMI. I don't see what that actually represents, but I'll look it up. Partially mediated by estrogen levels, higher muscle mass appeared to alleviate symptoms, with the relationship more pronounced and premenopausal early stages. We'll do one more of these. It says women entering in early postmenopausal and low basal lean mass or greater subsequent loss experience worse outcomes such as accelerated bone loss. A 2025 analysis of early postmenopausal women linked low baseline fat mass combined with greater appendicular lean mass loss to significantly higher rates of bone density decline over 2 years. This is extremely important, family. Like the loss of bone, the loss of the density leads to all type of problems down the road. We want to try to maintain as much of that as possible. And the building, maintaining of muscle tends to help with the bone loss aspect of menopause. This last one, let's go. Cross-sectional and stage comparison studies show that late perimenopausal and postmenopausal women have lower impendicular lean mass index, ALM, than earlier perimenopause or premenopause women. With sarcopenia prevalence jumping from 3 to 7% in early stages to 30 to 32% in late postmenopausal groups. The late perimenopausal phase appears particularly vulnerable for muscle loss and onset. So we're going to break it off right here, guys, because I don't want to make the video too long. But the bottom line is this: if you are not building muscle, and I see this all the time in my group classes, individuals, particularly women, but men as well, think that doing more is better, that just being able to lift the weight all the way through every rep without ever really reaching that point of burn and overload, compromising technique in order not to rest. All these things are actually working against the benefit of your body, especially those of you who are entering into the perimenopause, or those who have already entered menopause and or are postmenopausal. You and I have to do the things that's going to give us the best chance to maintain the muscle mass, to alleviate or mitigate the bone loss and all the other things that come with the aging, specifically in women. So one of the key components is understanding how to training effectively, using the right weight when you train, and then even more important is what you're feeding your body. Are you giving your body the amino acids that are necessary to build the muscle? And are you using, in my particular position, you should be using creatine as well in order to tighten up the muscle, and it has a ton load of benefits as it relates to the brain and aging now. So again, make sure that you are training in a way that's going to benefit your body at this stage in your life. And muscle is your best friend, ladies. Muscle is your best friend. Not only will it allow you to tighten the body, it will also, again, by tightening the body, it all automatically slows down the sagging part that comes with muscle loss, etc. Again, for high level coaching, hit me out. Peace.